Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. As you can see, it is fall time. It is October 14th today. We had our first 2 frosts last night and the night before. So some things aren't looking the best, but the trees are looking absolutely beautiful. So I thought I would run out here, do a quick October garden tour. The garden's not where I want it to be by any means. I have weeds and things are overgrown, things need to be deadheaded, all that jazz. But there's something very refreshing about having the first frost. Normally, I'm not ready for the first frost, but this year I was more than ready for the first frost and just kind of a close on the garden season, start to prep and get ready for the next year. So let me show you around. I'm not going to show you everything, but I am going to show you a few highlights of the garden. So let's get started. All right, would it even be a garden tour if I didn't start here? And yes, we still have rototillers there. They've been there all season. It's embarrassing at this point, but oh well. So obviously the highlight of our teardrop here, our driveway goes around this little island forming a teardrop. That's the name teardrop, is our autumn blaze maple. And honestly, this is the most glorious she's been ever that I can remember. And I was worried about the fall color because we've had a very hot, very dry, drought fall. And typically when that happens, you don't get a whole lot of color. The leaves just kind of turn a little yellow and then brown, but that is beautiful. And then we also have my favorite crabapple, a red splendor crabapple tree. Absolutely love it. Now the crab apples, everywhere I looked in my town, they were stressed all year. I'm not sure if it's because it's so dry, but the berries, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And this tree does hold on to the little apples. It does not drop, so you don't have to worry about a mess. And typically the birds clean them up by springtime, so no problems there. My lemon cypress are popping in the middle. I did rip out all of the petunias, but apparently I left some roots of this one because that came back thriving. Very, very pretty. And then all of our hydrangea standards, I have 3 on each side, 3 down there, 3, 1, 2, 1 behind the fountain there. Absolutely glorious. My rock garden here struggled this year. We had an outbreak of chipmunks. I don't know if that's the correct term, but we were overrun with chipmunks. They like to hide in this pile, and my dogs would try to dig after them. So this poor rock garden got ripped to shreds, but hopefully it will be fine. I'll need to do a little bit of love and care on it next spring. And then I do have this rose. It's my all-time favorite David Austin rose that I grow. It's a zone 4. I live in a zone 3. It is the Princess Alexander of Kent. Look how beautiful it is. I did just drop a lot of the petals, but there's still buds coming. So I'm very happy about that. Coming right over here across this, we have some lantana that got hit hard. I just kind of want to focus on the good stuff. We have hydrangea standards lining the whole driveway. We have some purple dome asters. Love purple dome asters. I want to actually divide these and kind of like spread them out so they kind of line the driveway for this time of year. I have a bucket of weeds. I've been trying to weed, but weeding has been kind of the last thing on the list this year. But there is another bundle of purple dome asters. Very, very pretty. Here, my favorite pine tree on the property is a blue diamond blue spruce. Absolutely gorgeous, that silvery pop of blue. Love it. I have another crab here. I can't remember. Pink spires, I believe. This one's kind of struggling. I'm not sure. Every year it kind of like half dead. This spring I thought it pulled out of it, but looking at it now, it's definitely struggling. If it does go down, I definitely want to put another red splendor there. I think it'd be so pretty to have a second red splendor. And this is our statue. It's supposed to be a fountain, but it's not leveled properly. So we just use it as like a statue purpose. Moving on over here, this is a red splendor maple clump. These are the suckers. The main tree died. You can see the main tree there. And the suckers came up. We decided to leave it, and you can see my kids left to use chalk to draw on the trunks. And as someone said in my comments, suckers will always be suckers. And you are absolutely right, because half the sucker clump fell. And I had to clear up all that, and then you can see another couple more fell. It adds beautiful color. And it's the suckers that tipped over. They're the only ones currently that are changing color. And we're trying to decide what to do. My husband just kind of wants to leave the rest, see what happens. I kind of want to rip it out and put something else here, whether it's another red splendor maple, or I think a flowering crab would be really pretty. These plants here are shade plants, and they've struggled. You can see the chalk. Struggled since losing their shade. So I don't know. I'll probably have to move a lot of these. The Lamian's actually fine. This is a proven winner. It's one that can take sun or shade, but all the hostas struggled this year. Absolutely struggled. But these over here, there's more chalk. What a surprise. These look pretty good over here. The Queen of Hearts, Virginia, although this one looks different. I thought it was the Queen of Hearts as well, but the leaves are smaller. It's a little bit more green versus the other ones are more silver, bigger leaves. So I'm not quite sure. Jump in right here. I have a weeping pussy willow. I absolutely love this thing. This is the very first plant I planted for the season, 2024 growing season. Right behind it, I have a bed here. It used to be full of echinacea. I had to rip out almost every single one because of the aster's yellow disease. It needs major work, but at least the asters look pretty. There's some autumn joy sedum. And I have a ton of seedlings coming up, echinacea seedlings. I don't know. I might just rip those out or cover them with mulch, and if they survive, they survive. In the middle, I have 3 mange lilacs. Now, there's this fungal disease that hit everyone's lilacs this year and made all the leaves fall off, and most of the lilacs in town are blooming currently. Mine are not blooming, they just look dead, but they are setting buds for next year, so they should be fine, should pull out of it, but this bed is just, it's a sad sight. I'm excited for this tree. This is a lilac tree. Planted that this year. I'm excited for the spring to see it. This is the Summer Charm. It gets 15 feet tall, 20 feet wide, blooms early summer, hardy to zone 3. So I'm excited to see what that turns into. Excuse this mess here. This was picked up meter, but we had quite a big windstorm. So this is a newer bed that I put in last fall. I have, as you can, well, I don't know if you can know this, but there's lots of milkweed here that came up in this bed. And some people might be upset by me saying this, but I am ripping it out slowly just in this bed. We have milkweed all over the place, and I know it's the only plant that feeds monarchs, but we have milkweed everywhere, and it was such a pain and such a nuisance in this bed, so I will be removing it from this bed. Here's a phantom hydrangea standard. Oh, geez. This mom was beautiful, but I don't know if an animal stepped on it, just kind of flopped over. I have a few remaining turtle head blooming. You guys, I was so impressed with this hardy hibiscus. So impressed. I didn't think I would get any blooms, but I did, and it came through. This is the Summerific Evening Rose. It has such beautiful dark foliage. It's obviously done now, I think. I don't know, I've never grown them before, but I'm thinking after the first frost, they're done. I'm not sure. Here's my weeding bucket. I always have a weeding bucket in like every bed. I need to fix that. This is a false cypress. I'm curious to see what it does this winter. It burned bad and it spent most of the year trying to recover from the burn, but it's looking really pretty now. Some Goldstrom Rebecca, pretty much past its prime. I have the Oh So Easy double red rose. Still looking gorgeous. I brought a bunch of these blooms to the farmer's market. We have some more buds. I love this because you don't have to deadhead and it just keeps blooming all season long. Hey, skipping over quite a bit because there's nothing really to see, but this is the bed that I just fixed up. First episode of Dirty Little Garden Secrets. This is the Miracle on the Hudson Rose. Still looking gorgeous. I still have some clematis. If you guys don't know, clematis makes great cut flowers. And I just cut a bunch of this blooms here for the farmer's market and people loved those. They last quite a while. Yeah, this bed pretty much done. There's this beautiful bellflower there. I think, gosh, I can't remember. I'm horrible with variety names. There's some pretty ajuga there. This gets a lot of sun and that ajuga does so well. So well. Vanilla strawberry hydrangea. Some iris. I love the texture of those iris foliage up against this is a pink catmint. So pretty. Hey, rounding the corner, I have smoke bush and I never thought of it, but someone at my farmer's market asked me if this was purple eucalyptus. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it like that. It does look just like purple eucalyptus and people go nuts for this. So if you sell at a market, grow some smoke bush. This bush looks a little sad because when it died back almost completely to the ground last winter, so it started pretty small and I've been cutting it all summer long for the market. So it looks a little sad. Same with this. This is a quick fire hydrangea. I'm not sure what happened to it. About a month ago I came out. One day it looked fine. The next day it came out completely wilty. Absolutely wilty. Now I know it was very dry, but it's just weird how fast. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is a blue muffin viburnum. If you've been following me for a while, you know I am not a fan. The white flowers smell horrible. It does need a cross-pollinator to even get the blueberries. I do not have a cross-pollinator, so never get any blueberries. My husband loves this shrub though. And we've gone back and forth. I'm trying to convince him to get rid of it, but he's holding on strong. Here's a 9-bark. I love the dark foliage, but this 9-bark does get powdery mildew. It's actually not too bad right now, but this one right here is a little bit worse. Not, you know, love 9-barks, gets beautiful flowers in the spring, but I would like to maybe someday replace it with one that doesn't struggle with the powdery mildew as bad. Another viburnum mixed with like a type of sumac that's growing under our deck. Some more quick fire hydrangeas. You know, even though the blooms are all dried, they are still so beautiful to me. I love it there. Here's a rose. Look at those. Still looking beautiful. I can't remember the variety. It starts with an R, I think. And it gets the prettiest rose hips. And I've actually been harvesting the rose hips because I make floral pumpkins. And I hot glue the rose hips onto the floral pumpkins. Here's another false cypress. I love that papa green. I like to use those in arrangements as well. Another smoke bush. I mean, look at that. Look at the water on the leaves. So pretty. And another quick fire hydrangea. We love them here. Very pretty. This grass, I don't like it for most of the year. However, in the fall, it makes these beautiful grassy plumes, and I've been harvesting those again from my cut flower arrangements. So there's not a whole lot left, but I just like it most of the year except for in the fall. Here's a shade bed on the north side of the house, which actually looks better than I thought it would after the frost. You can see it definitely got hit, but not horrible. Rounding the corner, this plant standing tall and strong. This is a proudberry coralberry that I planted this year, and it was puny. So tiny. I am so impressed with the growth that it's put on this year. I had it backed by some sun impatiens that obviously got hit by the frost, but this one is still going strong. I love this plant. It's supposed to get pink berries on it. I did see right back here there were some formation of berries. I doubt they'll actually mature to their full size this year, but I'm hopeful for next year. And then here I have a limelight standard. Underneath there's a type of weigela, and I had some phlox, really pretty. And then on the other side of the deck I have this amber jubilee 9-bark. The new foliage when it comes out is like this bright, you can't quite tell, it's brighter than this, it's like a bright orangey yellow, but then as the year goes on it darkens to this deep olive burgundy green. So pretty, and it puts off these beautiful seed pods. Really, really pretty. Here's some more. These seed pods work great in fall decorations as well. Another limelight standard. Here's a really pretty barberry. Absolutely love the color this time of year. And there's not really much else to show. And then this is the other side of the tree clump. One thing I noticed about myself, I always have like a random pot in every single flower bed, and I need to fix that. I had some annuals here that all died back in the frost, but those look absolutely gorgeous. I saw this garden tour going differently in my mind. Definitely not the best one I've ever done, but this is currently what my garden looks like. I mainly just wanted to show you this tree out front. So if you're wanting to plant a maple, highly recommend Autumn Blaze maples. Absolutely gorgeous. That is it for this garden tour. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.